Yeah, the information evening was really good. So we went along to Bexley and we had the opportunity to hear from the adoption team there, and then also to ask questions afterwards, which was really, really helpful.
It was good to see how Bromley, Bexley and Medway all worked together. To see that it wasn't like you were choosing one kind of council, but they all work in conjunction with each other with all the training and stuff as well.
If anyone's in any doubt, then and they're almost sort of on the knife edge, then I would say definitely to go along to an information evening. Go with some questions. Go and find one of the social workers after the presentation where they explain what it's all about.
Assessments and stuff like that. A lot of self-assessments and things like that. So there's lots of paperwork and stuff to fill in. But actually, if you think about what would I want to know about people if my children were going to go to them for the rest of their lives, then you'd want to know all of that stuff.
A big part of the stage one process, I guess, going through all of the different case studies is the social work team just trying to get confidence that you've worked through things that have happened in the past, and also just the makeup of your family, or the way that you might manage that either as an individual or as a couple. And so for us, that was a really good process to go through that exploration. And then in stage two, you're more clarifying and shoring up a lot of what you've already presented, and then it's been reflected back to you for clarification or just to make sure it's correct. And so that part of the process felt quite easy for us in some ways.
Yeah, and then next stage, finding out who's going to be welcomed into your family, really. So yeah, it's kind of a relief, and because if you're a natural parent, you don't kind of get that assessment process, but just to think, oh, they've got confidence in us, we can do it. Even when we feel a bit wobbly ourselves, it's like, we can do it. We've been, approved.
With older children, some of the cons, obviously, they come with a little bit more history, but some of the pros are that actually they're able to verbalise and they're more aware of what they've been through. So for us, in some ways, we're thinking we won't have to have that tricky conversation about the fact that they are adopted. So for us, there were the pros and cons in different ways, and we just felt actually we'd like to find a child, whether they be a newborn or whether they be a slightly older child, that we connect with on lots of different levels. And so for us, when we were presented with the case study for the two children that we went ahead and adopted, they just felt like they would be a perfect fit for our family and what our family might look like. We've very quickly sort of learned to fall in love with them and imagine what family life might look like. And
the closer connection that we've got now as a couple, we found out things about each other that we didn't know before, perhaps, and it's just enabled us to have deeper conversations, and most of our friends have had, because they've not been through the process. But and one of the best days has got to be the day when we actually met them for the first time. That was terrifying but wonderful.
And for me, very much it's felt like that. Initially it was like, it's amazing having these children come, but you need your heart to grow in some way to accommodate them and love them and take them as your own. And for me, it's been a really great process for that, sort of just adapting to a bigger family, and it's been wonderful, but challenging as well.